Alright folks, welcome back for a little weekend pep talk. Now, it's not going to be more a lecture for you guys today, but yeah, we're going to be talking about some fundamental things on Bitcoin network that are quite essential to understand, guys. So without any further hit that like first, okay? Hit that like, and if you've not subscribed, do that as well. Come on, man. 3 subscribers left to go for 700. I'm kind of unable to do that for the past month. It looks to me like that's crazy, guys. That's crazy. All right, now we can talk about the mining hash rate right here, guys. Now, what essentially happened all throughout the bear market was a constant increase in the Bitcoin mining network, guys, exponentially rising. This entire ecosystem of mining Bitcoin just kept on rising all throughout the price action fluctuations to the downside or the upside. It doesn't really matter, guys. Now, essentially, what happens is that even if you see an exodus of miners, basically when you see a lot of miners just simply capitulating and just throwing away their entire mining farms, not doing anything about it, guys, that does not affect the reward mechanism. That does not really affect a lot of things. And the network difficulty adjusts in such a way that the space which was just created by the miners who just capitulated on the space, it's going to be filled up, guys. It's going to be filled up by the network hash rate that is being provided by the people who are already doing that. Now, even if you minus a lot of miners from the space right now, I don't think the Bitcoin network will get into a death spiral and it'll go to shit. Mining will keep on adjusting itself, and I don't think it's a big worrying factor just by looking at the nature of how the network difficulty works. It's not essentially a big factor, a big thing to be worried about. So miners exiting. So guys, tomorrow if you come up with if you just take a look at any article which states that holy shit, miners capitulated in China, so Bitcoin will get into a death spiral and Bitcoin will go to zero because China is pulling the plug. No, guys, essentially two things. Number one, a lot of other countries will welcome the miners who are trying to leave China, guys. Bitcoin network cannot die like that. Number two, the difficulty adjustment mechanism will work in such a way that even if we are looking at an exodus of miners by 50% or something like that, it's not going to cause a lot of damage into the Bitcoin network, guys. Obviously, your block confirmations will take a little longer as the difficulty keeps on adjusting, but essentially as a whole, it's not going to do anything, guys. It's not going to do anything, right? Now, okay, now next up we have the Puell multiple right here, guys. This is one of the things which I've been wanting to talk to you guys about for a very long time. I thought, yeah, I'll be leaving these things for the weekend itself. And guys, check this out. Now, this is essentially calculated by dividing the daily issuance value of Bitcoin in USD. Now, essentially, the amount of Bitcoins which are being mined every single day, you take that value in USD itself and then you divide it by the 365-day moving average. And that is how you get the Puell multiple, guys. The Puell multiple. I don't know how to say that. Now, essentially, what it shows that it has been capturing a lot of macro tops on Bitcoin price action itself, just by judging the supply demand mechanics as to how the miners are, as to whatever miners are doing in the market right now. This is pretty interesting right here, guys. Now, every single time we come back to the lower side of the Puell multiple right here, it has been a significant buy, guys. It has been a generational buy. Now, essentially, that does not mean that price action can simply not come to the downside any further. Although we do have real chances, guys. $30,000 levels is certainly area of value as of now. I keep on talking about that. And yes, the macro is bearish. It will be bearish until we stay below $58,000 on Bitcoin. It will be bearish, guys. Things will be bearish. But essentially, these things are your early indicator that yes, Bitcoin could be formulating a bottom pretty soon, guys. Most likely sooner than expected if we just go by the Puell multiple, right? Now, essentially, you see one more thing right here. All your exponential tops or your crazy tops have been on your red zone right here, guys. Now, I don't know how this one is being calculated, but we were far away from this one as of now. The current landscape was a perfect looking distribution of the top, but it was not a blow off top, guys. Bitcoin essentially goes through a blow off top kind of situation and then creates a macro top. If you just take a look at the price action, it was nowhere close to a blow off top. We are looking at a severe distribution coming from the top. It's kind of different, guys. Now, this market top is very different from any market top that we have seen in Bitcoin's history, for that matter, right? Now, what essentially this is telling us that this is trying to peek into values, guys. This Puell multiple is trying to get into places where most of the investors could start opening their eyes and start looking at some value. So essentially, guys, the price action coming back down all the way towards the previous all-time high, even at $20,000 levels. Judging by how the Puell multiple has performed in the past, is going to be your generational buy. Is going to be your significant buy opportunity, guys. Basically, Bitcoin's price coming down to some key levels could be a great fat opportunity, guys, just by looking at the supply demand mechanics right here. Right now, this is something that you should be looking at yourself and check for yourself, guys, how this entire thing is working. But certainly interesting, guys. Certainly the kind of data that this encapsulates in a pretty small chart right here is very relevant, guys, very relevant as to how the big fat mining landscape is going on right now. Okay, now let's simply jump onto the TA itself. And guys, I don't unfortunately see anything bullish about this price action as of now, but guys, you know how Bitcoin likes to put in bottoms, right? Bottoms are crazy whenever Bitcoin's trying to do that. Let me just talk about this one right here, guys. All right, now you see right here, this is something which is kind of resembling the price action in terms of how the distribution went on off of the top right here. We did expand from this level and we did go to the upside. After distributing for a very long time, you did come down. Now this was certainly a Fibonacci retracement, and guys, look, the context is different on this kind of landscape right here, but essentially the fact stays that this was your last low, and this was the low that was made after the distribution itself, which is kind of higher than your previous low, right? And then up and onwards we go. Now this is going on back again, guys. Technically we have not broken the low structure, guys. We've not broken the lower low structure. We've not made a new low which is kind of lower than your this Tesla low right here, guys, at $30,000 levels. Now until we do that, until we start situating below $27,000 levels, I think it's going to be a very difficult time to have that crazy bearish perspective, guys. Yes, there are certain moving averages, and yes, there's the Guppy indicator itself, which is telling us that $27,000 levels is going to be your crazy price zone for, let's just say, various things, guys, various things, mostly the price action structure itself. And $27,000 on a weekly closing basis essentially would confirm the fact that we are trying to formulate a new low, guys. We're trying to formulate a new low right here. Until then, yes, you are above your previous low, and you still have chances to go to the upside, guys. You still have chances for Bitcoin to go to the upside all the way towards at least $50,000 levels. Now certainly the landscape, the entire price action behavior would be bearish until we stay below this rejection high, guys. Now essentially, I personally am going to be putting my focus into this rejection high standing at $58,000 levels, as this is exact point where this trend started emerging to the downside. So until we are doing this, until Bitcoin is doing us a favor and situating a weekly closing price action above the $58,000 levels, I don't think it's going to be FOMO situation onto Bitcoin itself. But that means that altcoins, they do get to party in the small time frames. Yes, it's going on, guys. The NFT trend is still going on, and most of the NFT assets are performing nicely right now. Let's take a look at the BTC dominance real quick, and let's see what's happening on right there. Getting a little back into strength. Essentially that means that ETH BTC is probably going down. Now this one got picked up from nowhere, I guess. Well, got supported from right here, but I don't think, guys, we're going to be putting a lot of weight into this. Look, guys, you can't really perform technical analysis on something which is just kind of telling you the dominance of an asset in the market itself. But what you can judge is the trend right here. And what is the trend, guys? We are putting in lows that are higher than your previous lows. So essentially, you do want to maintain this structure for I don't know, Ethereum BTC going down, and for Bitcoin essentially just maintaining the sideways ranges where your alt BTC pairs, they keep on getting back into Bitcoin. The major alt BTC pairs, guys, I'm talking about the money which is relevant. I'm talking about assets like Ethereum, Chainlink, or Cardano as well, for that matter. Matic, guys, Matic had a crazy amount of Bitcoin dominance sitting in itself, and now it's getting back into Bitcoin. Now that's crazy to see. I can't really talk about your mid to micro cap assets because, guys, they don't have a big influence on Bitcoin's price action, on Bitcoin's dominance landscape itself. These assets can do a 200% move to the upside, whereas your dominance will not do anything, guys. Your Bitcoin dominance will just stay right there. This is why you have to look at relevant things. And let's just say, guys, if you really want to figure out how the entire landscape is looking like, and if there is a potential reversal coming in, you got to be focused towards your high caps, your bigger caps, guys. They are your market makers. All the small caps will certainly work fine, and they are good to trade as well. Certainly good for small time frames holding as well. But if you want to judge the bigger landscape, certainly sticking to the assets which have the liquidity behind them is going to tell you better things, guys. Now, essentially, to my best guess, ETH BTC right here must be doing something opposite, right? ETH BTC is going down, guys. Now, all right, now this one got rejected from 618 and is wanting to trend below the 21 exponential on the daily time frame itself, back again. Now, essentially, guys, we do not want to lose this one. If you start losing this one, Ethereum BTC will start sweeping the lows back again. Holy shit, this is crazy choppy, guys. Now, 3-day time frame rejecting like a not looking good. This price action essentially in the first and foremost past not looking good, but we can give Ethereum BTC a chance right here because we are still above the 21 exponential on the 3-day time frame itself, with a posture looking not that bearish, guys. This posture, the moving average posture, is not that bearish. So let this week end and we can maybe have a better bias, guys. Now in the coming almost 2 days here, in the coming 2 days, as far as the price action is essentially staying above the 21 exponential on the weekly time frame itself, altcoins will look okay, guys. Altcoins will look better, right? Now we do have a big fat range right here between this entire exponential. Well, if you compare this one to shitcoins which are moving 100% in one single hour, yes, this is not that big of a range. 13% range for ETH BTC ratio to hold on the entire crypto market. Hold on to the entire altcoin market for that matter, guys. If Ethereum BTC stays like this and stays above the 21 exponential on the weekly time frame itself, yep, altcoins are probably going to party, guys. Altcoins will have their crazy price action trends towards the upside, majorly against the BTC pair itself. Now, Bitcoin dominance on the weekly, guys. I forgot to check that weekly time frame as well. Let's see what that one is doing on the weekly. Yeah, essentially, yes, it is willing to put in a reversal right here, guys. And until we do have our dominance above the 21 exponential on the weekly time frame itself, ETH BTC is most likely to stay bullish. But judging by the small time frames, guys, now this is a pretty haywire analysis for you guys today, but essentially judging by the small time frame trends like the 12-hour time frame itself, we are rejecting some structural levels, guys, some structures that are relevant, right? Now essentially I would be wanting to manage my risk right here if I were to be short on ETH BTC. Essentially, if I were to be long on Bitcoin's dominance picking up for the coming days, I would be managing my risk right here on these levels. Now, am I shorting Ethereum? Yes, guys, I'm going to be looking, I'm personally going to be looking for opportunities to short Ethereum against BTC itself, but that would mean that yes, I will be having strict risk management out of these levels. Essentially, me as a seller would not be wanting to short Ethereum again above these price points right here, guys. Now essentially we can have risk management bracket going all the way towards these levels as well, because this was your last rejection high, guys, and we are talking about a series of lower highs put in by Ethereum BTC, which means that yeah, your downtrend has started emerging, guys. ETH BTC has potentially started emerging on a different path, guys, on a different path. So ETH BTC could go down. It cannot be it won't be an exponential down move just like that. A single piece of rejection candle come in one single day. I think it'll take its own time to dry up its own liquidity onto these levels, and it'll have a slow grind process to the downside, guys. I think we are looking not essentially good market landscape to just pattern trade, guys. Holy shit, I got to talk about this as well. Your patterns are not working, guys. Pattern trading is just not working. I mean, I can affirm with this, guys, because look. Anyway, I was not a fan of pattern trading itself. I don't really put a lot of weight into patterns as a whole. But guys, patterns are not working in crypto market. Now, I wish I had an example planned out for you guys onto any asset, guys. I'm talking about the USD assets. I'm not talking about BTC assets. I'm talking about USD pairs. And well, to be honest with you, pattern trading was anyway devastating back in the good old days as a trader. If I just look at the market and try to trade crypto assets just by judging the pattern itself, it used to be a haywire situation, guys. Things have started getting even worse. 90% of the patterns are not working, guys, and even if they will work out, it'll just stop everybody and then it'll continue trending to the direction which a pattern eventually resolves itself into. But that stop hunt really kills all of those pattern biases, guys. Now essentially, I do not like trading any patterns. If I'm trading crypto assets, I essentially chase the momentum, right? I like to trend with the trend itself, but I would not certainly go for pattern trading, guys. I would certainly not go for pattern trading, especially on USD pairs, guys. BTC USD's pattern are just completely not so crazy, guys, not working at all. Let's talk about this one right here, guys. Let's talk about this one right here. So essentially what happens is that you look at the squeeze going on, right? You see the squeeze going on and you were waiting for this little squeeze to break down, right? Now for example, this is a good, guys, now this is a good technical chart pattern right here. This is a good looking squeeze and a triangular breakdown right here, and essentially your targets towards the downside would have been aligning perfectly fine with this range low right here, guys. This is pretty obvious. Now if you just go by a simple pattern trading, now what is the price action doing right here? Absolutely getting back into the breakout zone, stopping out the people who took this trade right here, right at the breakdown, and just hunting them back again, guys. And most likely it'll retest this trend line and then start rolling down back again as we start the new week itself. Which is why, guys, this is not a situation that you want to put yourself into, I feel, right? Now essentially this did have a real breakout, guys, a real breakdown, sorry, and it did have crazy amount of confirmation on time frames which are relevant, like the 4-hour itself, and you did see 3 bearish candles emerging, but then back again. Holy shit, this entire trade gone to shit, right? I mean, this is what is happening in the USD pair itself, guys. Now essentially this brings me on to a point that if you have been trading patterns, I don't think it's going to work out, guys. I just hate to break it to you, because this is something which I saw yesterday, and yes, this one really got my head turning around, because I was certainly looking for a breakdown trade of Bitcoin itself. Look, guys, I didn't go for it because I was busy doing something else, but yes, I was waiting for this squeeze to resolve to the downside and potentially targeting a range low right here at $30,000 flat on Bitcoin's price action itself. But I'm probably glad I didn't take the trade. And guys, look, had I been in this trade right here, I would have been crazily skeptical about placing my stop losses, guys. Now whenever you are facing this kind of situation, whenever you're looking at a little confused kind of scenario in the market, I think it's best not to trade at all, guys. It's not, look, getting back into the point that if you are looking at a 10-year long horizon for your own trading, and if you want to grow as a trader, I think not trading for a day or even for a month for that matter is not going to hurt, guys. It's not going to hurt. Inculcate good habits, and if you just keep on going for those bad habits, if you keep on chasing these patterns and they keep on making price action like this and they just do not perform at all, you will be reinforcing those bad habits to chase these patterns again and again, and most likely you will not come out profitable as a whole, guys. So cut the things which are not making you profitable. Identify those things, right? Identifying what is not working out can help you reach towards the thing that are possibly going to work out for you in the coming days as a trader, guys, as a trader, right? Now trying to cut on those bad habits before they get into your nerves is your challenge, right? So this is something which you could do for this weekend itself. Maybe write it down somewhere. Write down all the things which are not working, right? Write down everything which is consistently cutting you loose from the market, or maybe consistently giving you losses, guys. Just write those things down in terms of however market is performing according to your analysis. Do that, and then just look at those points for yourself and don't do it again. Try to find a new system, probably work on a new system, and focus on developing another edge. If all of those things are failing, try to build yourself, guys. Sharpen a pencil. All right, now even if you use a pencil in your life, you can use that pencil for a day or something like that, but guys, look, that tip will fade away. It will not be sharp anymore, and you will be struggling after a point to even write using that pencil itself, right? So you have to sharpen that pencil, guys. Similar things goes about trading as well. You have to keep on sharpening your mindset as well, as if you're not doing that, if you're not constantly upgrading your risks, sorry, how do I say this, if you're not constantly sharpening your brain, market will get the best of you, guys. You have to constantly evolve, right? You have to constantly evolve as a trader, and guess what, guys? The only fucking thing that is constant is change. These things are small little things, but they do have crazy amount of significance if you think about these things deeply and you try to inculcate these things as a trader, guys. Look, essentially performing good in the market is performing good as a whole in your own life, guys. markets are your own reflection, right? Markets could be lost because you are lost, and trust me guys, markets are lost. Markets are essentially lost most of the times. You saw right here guys, this one broke down and everybody started chasing that short position right here, and this just went up all the way. There was no liquidity in the weekend, so yes, this is pretty much a lost kind of price action right here guys, and essentially you want to stay away from these things. Now if you see that you have found out an edge in the market, if you see that there is a thing that is kind of working out, right, dig deep into it, trying to find out that why is it working and how can I inculcate that thing with my own strengths as a trader to perform good in the market. Guys, these things will help you formulate an edge in the market. Right now, you know the deal guys, everybody can talk about support, resistance, this and that. I mean, this indicator, that indicator, breakdown, breakout, imminent right now guys. Look, everybody can talk about that, but nobody really talks about the real things guys, which is going to be are you goddamn making money in this market or not? Are you developing as a trader or not? If you have decided to stay in the crypto market, are you really sharpening your brains or not? Right? Got to do all of these things, guys. Got to do all of these things. So with this thought, I'm going to leave all of you right here. Well, essentially, I was thinking of making this video 5-minute long, but couldn't happen guys, couldn't happen. I hope all of you enjoyed this little weekend pep talks, and let me know down in the comments what do you feel about your own trading. What is that single thing which is pulling you back down? Let me know guys. You have to create this space and interactive environment guys. Cryptoducator community will grow only if all of you guys try to comment and try to interact with other community members guys. We can share information, we can talk about relevant things, and we can cut that moon boy mentality and focus on becoming profitable in the long run guys. In the long run, this is not a small game, this is a big game, right? And just to get an edge in the market, it takes a lot of time to simply understand the market dynamics itself, right? Okay guys, I'm going to leave you right here, and I will catch all of you tomorrow in the next video. Bye for now.